This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you are listening to the Capes and the Lunatic Sidekicks podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
We know you are, Lil Hellfire. Welcome back to the Ultimate Spider Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, as I said, is... That's you.
Hey, y'all. Y'all know who I am. What do you want?
What's your talk, Bull? Alright, that's right. We're going to be starting something different this week. We're starting those Ron Frenz issues. So, after me and Lil Hellfire sign off, stay tuned for snippets of the conversation, which you can catch the whole entire thing on the YouTube channel right now. Because that's how Lilith wanted it.
It was a suggestion for more YouTube
No, you're right.
So shoot me.
Oh, Danielle says hi, Lil Hellfire.
Hey!
She had to go to the other refrigerator.
Really? You're not going to tell her I said, hey?
Shirley went in
Okay.
the house. No, she went to the other refrigerator in the garage for something.
Water, probably.
No.
Sparkling flavored water.
No, I think it was ice cream. I think Luca ate his dinner good, so he's getting a milkshake.
I didn't eat my dinner good, but I do have ice cream. Thanks for the reminder. And ice cream goes good with this issue because Firelord wants to burn that spider burn.
Oh, Lord.
See, segue.
Yes, because, this episode we are covering Amazing Spider-Man 269 and 270 from October, November 1985, which you can find reprinted in a numerous ways. I know Ray from Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast, Last Sons of Krypton podcast, and pretty much half the podcasts in the world, including this one on the last Tuesday of every month when we talk Scarlet Spider. I know. Well, he just sent us feedback at the last second because he said it was in these were in one of his epic collections, but I am reading them from Marvel Tales, which this was.
And I'm just reading it as a loose floppy, so
Oh, what, the originals?
As you do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I have floppies, but yeah, it's Marvel Tales. It's Marvel Tales. It's probably cheaper than the originals. From Marvel Tales 279 and 280 from November and December 1993. So yeah, you can find this story
everywhere.
and I did ask Mr. Frenz. I'm like, I heard a rumor that this 2-part story was supposed to originally be printed in an annual. And if you want the answer,
was that true?
Well, you have to listen to the end of this episode, Lil Hellfire.
Ooh, fancy! Clickbait! Get 'em, boys!
Or go to YouTube and listen to the whole conversation. But yes, the part pertaining to these issues will be at the end. After you hear Lil Hellfire say "thwip" at the end of this episode, then we'll get to the Ron Frenz portion for Amazing 269 and 270.
But Firelord was kind of not a good herald because he only lasted Thor 225 through 228,
something like that. I mean, yeah, he was just in it for the power.
Oh yeah, and also he quit grad school. Just as a friendly reminder, that happened back in 253.
Yeah, which we'll get to. Yeah, we'll get to 253 in like 2 weeks, I think. Yeah. Oh, but the other thing about these Marvel Tales ones, you get some Ron Lim covers.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah. In the black suit. Yes.
I love the black suit.
I think it's my favorite. So as Lilith Hellfire said, Amazing Spider-Man 269. Its title was Burn, Spider, Burn. We don't need no water, let the spider burn. Both these issues written by Tom DeFalco, and of course penciled, as I said, by our friend of the show, Mr. Ron Frenz. You know, Ron Frenz.
This is Comics Illustrator Ron Frenz, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
So shameless. I love it. I created a monster, but I love the monster.
That's right, Dr. Frankenstein. Yes, you did. Pittsburgh native Ron Frenz. I should go meet him because I think he said, I think it was at the end of May or something. There's another show downtown he's going to be at. So I should go buy him.
You should do it.
I should go buy him. No, I should go buy him lunch for the number of times he's already talked to me. What, like 3 or 4 times?
Yeah, buy him lunch, Philip. So, Firelord is a thing that happened.
Flying through space, blasting asteroids.
As you do.
Why not? It's not a bazooka, but you know.
Yeah, but suddenly he sees death rushing toward him. Sure, buddy.
Well, I guess they're showing off his power. Oh, look, and the meteor is the size of a small planet, but look, his power can just blast it into bits.
And now that I've totally incinerated the largest meteor.
Hey, wait a minute. What's that planet? It seems hauntingly familiar.
I'm certain I've passed this way before.
Of course, it is the planet that its inhabitants call Earth.
Hey man, that verdict, and I was like, Arrow Season 1 flashbacks, no!
This is a world filled with sensual delights and pleasures unlike any others found in the known cosmos. Lilith's house? What?
Hey man, champagne and bubble baths are like the only thing that don't suck about this dimension, so...
So then we go from the depths of space to Forest Hills
Queens, baby! It's a wheat cakes. Oh yeah, we got our wheat cakes this week.
Oh my lord! Aunt May has like one recipe, and she whips out every day. It's like wheat cakes every day.
Look at that face.
Well,
look at like Eddie Haskell, bro. Like, come on, you're killing me.
What with the vest and the tie? Yeah,
little blue tie. Yeah, this is Eddie Haskell action right there.
Why is okay? I mean. I should ask Ron this. I don't know if it's his choice or DeFalco's, but it's like, why is Peter wearing a tie? He doesn't have a full-time job. I mean, he's a freelancer for the Bugle. He's not even going to school. Why is he wearing a tie?
Because Aunt May made him.
I was going to say maybe she gives him a hard time if he doesn't. Yeah. But yeah, so this is when Aunt May has all the borders, so all the old ladies are like, "Oh, look at Peter."
We got a guy in a wheelchair. We got a hipster with a beret. Oh yeah, this is Queens all the way.
Oh yeah, well yeah. Got Nathan in the wheelchair. Oh yeah, the guy in the beret is a poet, Lilith, remember?
Hipster.
We
got some mutants on the TV.
You know what the poet's name is, right? Chekhov.
What is it? Oh yeah, that's right.
Chekhov's character.
But we
remember?
never.
Chekhov's character.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at Chekhov in his like purple shirt and that cane, man. Look at it.
He's got a cane. This is Pimp Daddy Chekhov right here.
Look at that.
I like the way you think, lad.
That middle panel, man. He's just like cane in one hand, wheat cakes in the other, like a boss.
Also, check out Dazzler the Movie, a Marvel graphic novel for a full copy of this text.
Oh yeah, because the announcer on the TV is talking about, the menace of mutants and, the Dazzler. And I just wonder if DeFalco threw that in because he's like an editor too. So it's just like, hey, let's promote this Dazzler.
And you can't blame him. Dazzler's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh my lord. Everyone, listen to the newest episode of, by the time this comes out, it might be an episode or two before that, a week or two back. But Into the Night, I sent in a correction to Ray because at first he was like, he saw the name Allison Blair and he couldn't remember who Allison Blair was, so I had to school him. And
that's our Phil, me, and Perich right there for you.
Oh, please. Lilith acts like she never acts like a know-it-all.
Never. I just show up, spout big words, and then I go home drunk. What do you mean?
But again, yes, big shout out to Ray.
I thought they were Boston Pizza owners.
That's right, Ray. You're part of the team now. You got your own drop. And you'll have more as you record more Scarlet Spider casts.
Speaking of Boston pizza owners, Tony's Pizza, it's a culinary achievement.
You're going to skip over Peter and Aunt May's little, maybe you should think about going back to school, you bum.
I know. Like, this is the Aunt May I don't enjoy. The nagging Aunt May.
And just
we'll just gloss over that.
And just for Charlie Esther, and then they're standing in the kitchen and Peter gets a huge spider sense tingle and he's like, wait a minute, what was that? Has the Beyonder returned? Which is a reference.
He's coming for me!
Which is, he needs help with the bathroom again, Of course, reference to Charlie.
See the last issue and the Secret Wars 2 limited series for details.
Again,
thank you.
One of Charlie Esther's favorites, Secret Wars 2. But yes, as Lil said, Firelord spots Tony's Pizza, and instead of opening the front door, he just crashes through it.
Crashes, yeah.
Hurry, the former herald of Galactus must not be kept waiting.
I order you to prepare a feast for me. You know what? I'm going to go into my pizza place and say this and see how that works out.
Oh, Lil Hellfire's going to go in the 7-Eleven all drunk tonight. Yes! Hurry, prepare a feast for this herald of capes and lunatics. And of course, the whole Dazzler report.
Hold on, wait. Who serves breakfast? What is that? What is this, McDonald's at 10:30 in the morning?
I know. That was going to be my next question. I'm like, what pizzeria serves breakfast?
I mean, you can't eat pizza for breakfast, but it's cold, and only if you're in college or single. That is the only appropriate time.
And hungover, right, Lil Hellfire?
True.
What's he do? What's Tony do? Slap an egg on it or something? Here you go, breakfast pizza.
Well, Taco Bell can serve breakfast. Maybe a pizza place can serve breakfast. I don't know. Sunny side up with pepperoni. Anchovies. Oh. But, yeah, so, of course, the TV in the pizzeria is tuned to that Dazzler special, so our construction worker sees it and it's like, oh, look, sees Firelord and thinks, oh, it must be one of those muties. This just doesn't feel like an 80s book. Is it just me? They're in a time warp. Well, I mean, in a lot of the storylines, especially their Thor stuff, I know DeFalco and Friends had kind of a class, a more classic retro vibe.
Like a Stan Lee vibe, yeah. But I love Tony's I can't, I'm still serving breakfast. The ovens aren't even heated up yet. So then Firelord just uses his you need a fire? Guess what, bub? I got one for you. Uses his heat vision and melts the oven. Guy. And I'm just wait a minute. I mean, I know you're impatient, but all right, Kramer, calm down. My pants. So then the construction worker says, oh no, see that television guy said the muties were dangerous. So the guy goes back to wait, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to this creepy bit of Aunt May and Peter, Okay. I wish you'd learn to close your top button. A delicate boy like you is very susceptible to the flu. No, stop it. She's all he's got left, Lil Hellfire, because she don't want him getting sick and dying, Her husband was susceptible to bullets. As you do. But no, he was really Mephisto. He was just trying to get away from her because she's a nag. She's the Black Widow. The original Black Widow. Yeah, kills mates and kills, yes. Just like Lil Hellfire. Oh, Lord. Then as he's leaving, I'll call you Meanwhile, later. Xavier in disguise. He's Peter, I'll call you later in the week, on my landline. Yeah, because Peter's leaving and he sees Nathan. Where are you headed? Nathan's going to get the morning paper. It's none of my business, Pete.
He should have just knocked him right out of that wheelchair, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, he's like, you're the apple of her eye, but you just seem to breeze in and out of her life whenever it's convenient for you. I'd be like, hello, she's the one who stopped talking to me for how long?
Okay, man.
Oh, Lord. The woman deserves better. Actions speak louder than words. I would have been like, Aunt May was the one not speaking to me. Yes, I wasn't here for weeks because she was not speaking to me. You know how much she wants you to go back to school and you won't do it. I would have been like, yeah, is she going to pay for it too?
Exactly. You got all these sweet boarders now. And grad school is a pretty penny, homie. Although he could be a TA, they do get free housing, I believe, in the New York university system.
Yeah.
So,
but that would be my big thing. I know Aunt May wants the best for Peter, but it's like, yeah, why don't you go back to college? Oh, yeah, you're going to pay.
We're going to be living off your pension? Okay, lady.
You're going to pay for it, old lady? Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, again, I swear, every Nathan issue you get a shadowy figure. Look, it's him. I'd recognize him everywhere. We found him at last. You know, always you're supposed to think it's Spider-Man they're looking for, but no.
Exactly.
Mr. Nathan, oh, treat your aunt better. Meanwhile, there's always like some scumbag or another looking for him.
Just thinking about that guy makes my head hurt.
So once Nathan rolls away, Peter's like, why should I wait for the bus? So he jumps up into a tree to change into his costume.
Hey, they got Firelord out here looking like a Thundercat. That's all I'm saying.
A Thundercat, you say?
Thundercats, ho!
Yeah, he beat me to it.
Ho! Hey man, if you scream about Thundercats and somebody doesn't scream back ho, you don't need them in your life. That's all I'm saying. Ho!
So yeah,
and then they got a discount Aquaman in here too, also with the green pants and the orange shirt. Don't think I don't see that, Marvel.
Oh my Lord! But yeah, because Peter swings again. He changed in Forest Hills. What was he swinging from in Forest Hills?
The baby trees.
I guess. I thought he was waiting for the bus just because there's nothing to swing from. But then as he's swinging back to New York, we get another reference to Secret Wars 2. Something.
For the answers to these questions.
I think this is something Charlie Esser might like.
It's something Charlie Esser would like. Let me just put it to you that way.
Is it the Beyonder? Is he gonna come get me? I'm so traumatized.
So then he gets another big spider sense tingle and swings off in the direction of Tony's Pizza. As the construction workers try, I know they think he's a mutant and not an alien, but it's like the dude just vaporized a metal pizza oven just by looking at it hard enough, and they think they're going to take him out with a fire hose.
Can we just talk about the guy? He's like, I'm glad you like it. Will you be going now? It's like GTFO.
It would have been so funny to be like, do you like the pizza? And you know you destroyed my oven. Can I get a good tip?
Exactly.
Here's a tip. Do not incur my wrath, human. So Pete shows up just in time as the construction workers are flung from Tony's Pizza. Who is that? It doesn't look like the Beyonder. Oh my Lord! And this lone construction worker still trying to hit Firelord with the fire.
It's Aquaman. It's okay. It's fine. He's wielding the water.
Water, yes. But then as Firelord is about to blast him, Spider-Man saves him, swings down and saves him. And then
it's web swinging time.
Hey,
really?
He's web swinging?
Really? That's not a catchphrase I ever want to hear again. Just saying.
Oh, please.
It's too close to its clobbering time.
That's what I was going to say.
Let Ben have something. He's got very little in his life. Let him have that.
So then Firelord goes after the construction workers till Spider-Man swings into him.
You miserable, unthinking fools. I came in peace.
Yeah.
Yep, humans are the worst. Yeah. Welcome.
I didn't threaten you. I just threatened the pizza guy. You greeted me with violence. Yeah, I just crashed through the front door of the pizza place and incinerated the pizza oven. But I came in peace. The paraphrase Dr. Peter Venkman, nobody melts a pizza oven in my town.
So they get into this little fight.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool little action sequence.
Spider-Man kicks him. Firelord's blasted at him. Oh, yeah, that's what I told Ron. I said, especially the second part. I'm like, how fun was to draw this? Because it's just, part 2 is basically just like a huge battle.
Wait. Galactus? Did he say he works for Galactus? Galactus who eats entire planets for breakfast?
Who almost stepped on me in secret.
He's way out of my league. But it's your book, Peter. It's your book, so...
I love how he grabs the fire staff off him, thinking that's where his power comes from.
Yep.
But nope.
Fleeing is the first intelligent thing you've done. I like this guy. I'm just saying.
I know, he talks like you.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he blasts. Yeah, he says he's a herald of Galactus, and he blows up a building, and that's when Peter freaks out. He's like, Galactus? Oh no. So Firelord's flying after him, and then Peter sticks to the side of a building. He's like, all right, I got to time this just right, and he leaps out of the way as Firelord flies through 3 buildings.
Kathoom is all that I can say.
Katoom. And Pete's like, this is getting ridiculous. All I'm helping him do is demolish the city. Got to find the Fantastic Four of the Avengers.
Barely a minute later.
Heck, I'd even settle for Power Pack.
Damn, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Should have said Franklin Richards.
Franklin Richards is such a BA.
That's right. Oh, Lord. So Spider-Man's then he goes to one of the bridges. You have no luck on bridges, my friend.
I know, it's bro, come on.
So he still has the fire staff. He's like,
okay, this is a little too sexist, though. Can we just talk?
What?
With my luck, the only one on call at Avengers Mansion is the Wasp, and she's probably in the middle of polishing her nails.
I don't know if it's sexist, rather it's just he's thinking she has a low power set.
But she doesn't.
And I think there was an issue of Spectacular Spider-Man around this era where she kind of acted all airheady, so maybe that's why. So blame Peter David's writing. I don't know.
It was 85. That's all I'm saying. They're lucky. It was 85. They're lucky.
Yeah,
can't pull that crap now.
Yeah, because Spider-Man pitches the fire stick into the river, hoping that takes care of Firelord, which it's not going to. I mean, the dude survives in the vacuum of space. I don't know. You
just go read Fantastic Four number 278.
But what's harsher, the vacuum of space or the East River in New York?
I think the East River. I think Charlie would agree with me. Fight me, New York. I don't care.
New York, New Jersey. Let me know. Mothman Zor. How bad is that East River? So Spider-Man goes to swing to the Baxter building, but that's when he remembers it got completely trashed. It's gone. Because Kristoff, trying to pull Dr. Doom, launched it into space and blew it up.
Okay, guys, get your drinks ready. Incoming Uncle Ben reference.
Oh, yeah, because he's like, I gotta get across town to the Avengers, but he's like, how am I gonna do that without Firelord, attacking me? But then, just coincidentally, his web pack dissolves with all his clothes, and his, wallet falls out with his picture of Uncle Ben and Aunt May. Because he was like, if I change out of my costume, Firelord's not gonna know who I am. But then he's like, wait a minute, what's wrong with me? Uncle Ben died because I failed to act. Wait, hold on.
Take your drink.
Uncle Ben died because I failed to act. What if he hurt someone else? Some innocent person. Like an old person, like Aunt May or Uncle Ben. So he throws that mask back on, and he's like, I may not be in the same weight class as the FF or the Avengers, but I won't duck out.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit this guy with everything I got. He's gonna know he's been in a fight. Which is the end of the first issue. Q Part 2. As we said, from Amazing Spider-Man 270. As we see Firelord come, the hero and the Holocaust. We see Firelord come flying out of the East River. He's tough. The East River didn't do him in.
Exactly.
And nothing less than the death of the one called Spider-Man will satisfy my hunger for vengeance.
Just eat the planet. Who cares?
Galactus eats the planets. Firelord eats pizza, remember? Cowabunga.
I know. I'm just saying.
So Pete's swinging. Again, Pete's still swinging, thinking, I gotta put as much distance between us as possible. Not it'll do any good. This guy regularly travels through space. How am I gonna survive? Used to be a herald of Galactus, as we recap last issue.
I know, I'm just like, bro, come on. You're killing me.
That's when the spider sense goes off. Firelord's attacking again. He's just blasting at him. What are those two maniacs doing up there? I don't know, lady, but it's safe bet they ain't playing Kissy Face.
Or maybe they are.
Ooh. Be a hot time in the old town tonight. Get it? So Pete's like, I'm at a disadvantage. I can't keep dodging his attacks and let him like hit innocent people. I got to try to lure him indoors. What? How does that make sense? What if he just like burns the whole building down? So Pete comes crashing into some office while some guy's buying insurance.
Well, that's convenient.
I was gonna say, did like Tom DeFalco have like some bad experience buying insurance? Oh, I should have asked Ron that. Like, what was up with this insurance scene? Did DeFalco have like a bad thing with an insurance, salesman or something?
We all have terrible things with insurance because insurance is a damn scam.
That's right. So
That's why they make it a legal thing, because if it wasn't, nobody would do it.
that's right. So Pete bounces through the building, and then Firelord comes flying after him. Where's he? Where's the one called Spider-Man?
I wish these people would stop gawking at us and head for the exits.
Yeah, because they're basically just like fighting in a hallway or office. It doesn't matter. You are only flesh and blood. You can't keep this pace up forever. Soon, your body will soon begin to tire, and then the sprinklers go off.
Oh, and then they just decide to inject the two costume story, like, in the middle of the fight. Like, what?
I don't know if this is like meta commentary, because I know Ron did say it's like, they wanted him to like mix up the costumes. One story had the red and blue costume, the next one had the black one, because at first they didn't think the black costume was going to be popular, and then it proved to be so popular. Oh yeah, because Jameson thinks there's some kind of conspiracy because Spider-Man's wearing two costumes. Yeah. What if one of them isn't the real Spider-Man? What if one of them is a clone? No, how far could that be?
Miss Catherine Cushing. Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, the first appearance of the new city editor, Catherine Cushing.
More cushion for the pushing? Hell!
Wow.
It was right there for the taking. I mean, I know it's not Wade's World, but I had to do it.
And you could tell she's a tough broad because she pulls the cigar out of Jameson's mouth and snaps it in half.
Also, she's wearing a power pantsuit with a short haircut. Oh boy, it was the 80s. It's okay. I'll let it ride.
Oh, so this is what Hillary was doing at the time. Okay.
Basically.
That's when somebody comes running in and says, there's a major commotion in Midtown. Oh yeah, I'd say it's on fire.
Hey, this kind of thing is usually his meat. Just saying.
Meat potato. I should have said it's his wheat cakes.
Exactly.
Oh look, Danielle's back. When you said hey, hi, Lil said hey. Hey. I can't do it, I know. I'm a white man. Yeah, she goes, yeah. Alright, so everyone at the newspaper starts scrambling. Jonah. One more thing, Robbie. Yes, Jonah? Hide your pipe.
Hide your pipe. Excuse me. Phrasing.
Oh my lord, so much subtext in 3 panels. Oh my lord.
No.
So meanwhile, back across town at the big fight, see?
Exactly. Like, not Grand Central Terminal, no!
Well, yeah, Peter realizes what a stupid idea was to go through that office. So he crashes out of the building. And then Firelord. It's useless to flee, Spider-Man. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, I will have vengeance. So swears Firelord. And you know I'm serious because I'm talking about of myself in the third person.
Exactly.
But yeah, Grand Central. Oh, you know why he's going to Grand Central, right?
Yes.
Because he tried to hit him with a train. As they're blasting, yeah, Peter tricks him into flying in front of a train, but he melts right through it.
Okay, kids, get your Avengers number 258 out for this next reference.
Yep. Because as Peter's clinging to the train as it's driving away, yes, Avengers 258. We see the Avengers threatening their new government liaison,
Raymond Sikowski,
of the
National Security Council.
Yep. When they get a call on their backup emergency signal from the New York Police Department, because this was before cell phones, kids.
And not for nothing, cell phones are not secure. Sorry to break it to you guys. You're better off with a CB radio. Just saying.
Well, how secure do you need for a 20-second call? Avengers help! There's a flaming alien destroying Midtown.
Anybody can hack your signal and lure you into a trap. Is my point.
True. Oh please, Star Fox is here. Who wants Star Fox?
Burn.
No, Lilith.
That's at Nightwing PDP, people.
Burn.
Anywhere where you social media, at Nightwing PDP.
Oh, come on. You're telling me everyone's clamoring for Star Fox.
There's at least 3 people out there somewhere. You just hurt their feelings if one of them was listening.
I mean, what is his power? To like get people excited? It's like get people in the mood for loving. It's like, so Star Fox has like the powers of a bottle of tequila. It's like, what? Lil's like, that's what tequila does. I'm sorry, rum. I'm sorry, Lil, rum.
Thank you. Suck it.
Sorry.
The lime, that is.
Lilith has a bottle in her hand.
I need it bigger.
That's right.
What am I going to do with Philip, guys? What am I going to do? Oh, he's determined to make me squirm. There's just way too... Why? Why do they do this to me?
Just phrasing.
Phrasing.
Yeah, but the Avengers get the call, and yes, Firelord's tracking down Spider-Man, still on the train. So he sets the whole elevated track on fire. So Spider-Man takes off. Then he goes to a demolition site where they're about to blow up a building.
Yeah, so the count to 1,000? What?
That's a long time, dude.
I know.
I guess he wanted time to get out of the building, but wouldn't 100 have been better? Yeah, because Firelord follows him in the building, and then as Pete feels his spider sense go off, he dives out of the building as the crew brings the whole...
You know what's gonna kill him? You idiot!
Yeah, because they bring the whole building down on him. It's like, why is my spider sense
starting... A nuclear bomb? Probably.
Why is my spider sense starting to tingle? Oh, no. So he's just ripping pieces of building off of another building and whipping them at Firelord? Oh, no, that little stunt just made him madder. And the madder Firelord gets, the stronger he gets. Wait, never mind.
If only I could hit him with something big enough.
My power is like that of a blazing sun.
This is a weird angle to be looking at good old Spidey from as he's in the gas station.
Oh, yeah. Doing some midair splits.
I guess.
It's a dramatic scene, Love Hellfire. Come on. Lord. So yes, because Spider-Man swings to a gas station and gets the attendant out of the way just as Firelord blows that up. Shkrakaku boom.
Yeah, light up the sky, baby. Light it up.
I love Spider-Man tied in the
This is a lot of damage he's caused.
That's why you keep your identity a secret, Lil Hellfire.
Exactly, so you don't get sued. We've had this conversation before in the comics many times.
But yeah, the explosion totaled over a square block of abandoned housing. He's like, oh no, not even a Herald of Galactus could have survived that, but turns out he could. Because he's like, you are a greater fool than I imagined, human.
You don't have to give up, son. You've already won.
He called him a fool. Don't call him the F word. That just makes him mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, Peter just gets mad and just starts pounding on him. Dodging, weaving. Then boom. Let's go into town. he's like, you'll never stop, and no matter how strong you are, I'm just too stubborn to know when to quit. I'll keep on coming back, keep fighting until I wait to fight. So he just keeps pounding on him until finally the Avengers show up.
But like, honestly though, they don't really kind of dwell on his hot-headedness anymore, and that's kind of a shame.
Yeah. And again, can you really blame him this time? It's like,
yeah,
a herald of Galactus is trying to kill him. What? Captain America and the Avengers? Boy, it's about time. What kept you guys? You don't know what I've been through today. This cosmic flamethrower chased me all the way from Queens.
For Pete's sake, he could have killed me.
For my sake, he used to be a herald of Galactus.
Exactly.
Considering his power, it looked like he did pretty well. As the whole couple blocks is just devastating. Firelord is not cold, and when I saw at the end of this Donnybrook, he couldn't lay a hand on you.
Well, yeah, I'm just lucky, I guess. Real lucky.
Bombed out neighborhood.
I know.
The end. All right, so yes, before we wrap this up and give you my part of my conversation with Mr. Ron Frenz, we did get feedback from the aforementioned Ray from Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast. Last Sons of Krypton, and like I said, this very podcast the last Tuesday of every month. So yes, again, Ray, I love your audio. Please send more audio.
I thought that were Boston Pizza owners.
You know he heard that one, or he will hear that one. That's right, Ray. You have drops. You're part of the team. All right. Where's my email? So Lilith, what did you grade this?
This is a solid B+. Like, it's Firelord, and he's a little over the top, but I love a good fight sequence, man.
I'll give you a spoiler from my conversation with Ron. He said what Tom DeFalco was doing, he wanted this a big unstoppable force against Spider-Man, kind of like their version of the Juggernaut fight.
Yeah.
So, I'm the Juggernaut. All right, here is Ray's feedback. I'll try to do my impression of Matt Kona doing an impression of Ray. Hi, Phil and Lil. In a first, I'm sending some feedback whilst WHILST. Ooh, fancy.
Look at him all fancy.
What a fancy man. Whilst reading the issues you both will review on the show. Saw on the calendar about 30 minutes ago that you were reviewing 269 and 270 and saw that they're in one of the epic collections I have, Ghosts of the Past. Okay, so in the Ghosts of the Past epic collection. So can't really speak about the story as a whole, as I've not read it all yet. He's in the middle of reading it when he wrote. But I like Firelord, so it was good to see him in it. His misunderstanding of how pizzas are made is quite funny, and he'd give Namor a run for his money for how entitled he is. I am also enjoying how DeFalco has intertwined mutants, discrimination of mutants, and mistaken identity of Firelord as a mutant. It's a nice way to reinforce how mutants are viewed by the public outside of the mutie titles on sale at the time. Anyway, gonna keep reading. We'll definitely be listening in after I read both the issues. Cheers, Rye. I love how he wrote in. He wasn't even done with the both issues. He's just like, hey, I read the pizza stuff. That was pretty good. Oh, Ray, what is it with you and pizza? Because that was his big question for Matt Kona about the Boston pizzas.
I thought that were Boston Pizza owners.
Boston Pizzas, which the chain that is not even in Boston.
Bait and switch. Bait and switch.
I think Matt said they're originally there's a Canadian thing, but there's some in the United States. Like there's one closer to Will in Arkansas than there is the Matt who lives in Boston.
Classic.
Talking about bad advertising.
I thought that were Boston Pizza owners.
I need more drops, Ray. Anyway, so yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the story's probably like a B+. It's good. It's crazy if Lilith gives it the plus.
Yeah, like the like I said, the fight was really fun. I enjoyed it, and I like when Peter like gets a little hot headed, and something snaps in him. He just starts beating the crap out of the bad guy. Like, just does it for me. I'm here for Peter.
She's here for that hot Peter.
Don't tell Mary Jane, guys.
Oh, good Lord. All right. So anything else?
No, let's get out of here.
All right.
So I can get my pizza.
Oh, watch out for flaming mutants or aliens. All right. So, yes, join us next time. Let me pull up the schedule here because we're going to be starting the Alien Costume Saga, and we'll be doing a couple issues each episode in the next couple months here. I know we're doing Amazing 252 next, but there's at least one episode with it. I know we'll be doing a bunch of Amazing, Spectacular, and Marvel team-ups, so... Alright.
Like, just side note, honest to God, I don't believe that Morbius movie is coming out. Like, honest to God, I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it.
End of July.
July 31st. I don't know.
We'll see. Oh, did you see the pictures for Venom 2? They had Woody Harrelson. They actually got him like a convincing wig instead of that Ronald McDonald thing he had at the end of the first one. Yeah. I think they are like, okay, guys, we get it. All right, so next week we'll be talking Amazing Spider-Man 252 and Marvel Team Up 141, followed the week after by Amazing Spider-Man 253 and Spectacular Spider-Man 91. And, of course, at the end of the month, we'll be talking Spider-Man The Lost Years 1 through 3 on our Scarlet Spider episode. We were talking about this on Before the Bat. I forget if I have a... maybe I'll have to start doing monthly schedules and pinning it to Ultimate Spider-Cast also. Especially with, this stuff and then the Scarlet Spider stuff. Well, Ray has access to our calendar now, so he sees when we're recording, so Ray can send his feedback in a timely fashion. All right, so send us your thoughts on... You can send us your thoughts on this Firelord story or even the next week's Amazing
Boston
Spider-Man...
Pizza,
yes,
whatever.
Amazing. Send us your thoughts on this, Amazing Spider-Man 252 and Marvel Team Up 141, or even feedback on...
I thought they were Boston Pizza owners.
Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And as I said, maybe on a monthly basis, I'll start putting up our schedule on the Ultimate Spider-Cast Facebook page. Find that and all the social media all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support the sponsors. Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Pod Life the Book, now in digital and paperback. And check out the show notes for this and every episode. Check out that Amazon link for Southgate Media Group. Use it when you shop. It won't affect you, but it'll send money to that other dictator, Master Doom, to help bring you such fine products as the Ultimate Spider-Cast, the Quantum Zone, Wade's World, the Deadpool podcast. Also starring Lilith Hellfire. Just more crazy and drunker. Anyway, speaking of Lilith Hellfire, where can people swap pizza recipes with you on the internets?
If you guys want to find me on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter via @LilithHellfire or on the gram @LilithHellfire69. My sweet summer child. Hello, Megan. Gwen Stacy can get it.
Whoa, there's a drop.
I need it big just for Spider-Cat. Party in the front and the back.
Maybe for Wade's World? I don't know. All right, everyone. That's it for us. Remember, after you hear the Lilith Hellfire patented slip, stay tuned for the first part of my conversation with Mr. Ron Frenz about these very issues we discussed here tonight. Send us feedback on that, too. Tell me how much you enjoyed Ron. Until next time, swing on back. Hey everyone, it's Phil. I figured since we were talking a lot of Ron Frenz and Tom DeFalco Amazing Spider-Man issues, that I would try to sit down with the master himself. And guess what? I'm in luck. You're in luck because I get to talk to the great Ron Frenz. Hello again, Ron.
Hi, Phil. How you doing? That's a little overstating it, don't you think?
No.
Okay.
All right. So the first, I'm going to do to make it easier editing for myself, I'm going to do jump to one storyline and then jump back to the other ones. But the first one I wanted to ask you about was, the two-parter of Amazing Spider-Man 269 and 270, the Spider-Man vs. Firelord.
Okay.
I don't know where I heard this. I'm sure it was online somewhere, so I don't know if it's true. But, like, was this two-parter originally supposed to be, like, in an annual?
No.
No. Okay.
No, it was originally done as a two-part story. Where what you've heard is the strange case of once it was completed as two separate issues, it was held back by editorial because they were considering making it an annual or a special or some kind of thing. And in the meantime, they were running fill-in material that kind of made it look like DeFalco and I couldn't make a monthly schedule. And it was very frustrating because, we had those two issues done. We were both wondering why they weren't being run. And the story was that they were, in the office under somebody's arm being considered for some kind of a special one-shot rather than the books that they were intended to be in. So I believe they were originally scheduled to be issues earlier than when they finally ran. I forget exactly what the numbering was, but I believe when I pulled out the Xeroxes on those two issues, the issues they were intended for were actually, like 3 months prior to when they finally ran. That kind of, yeah. So that's where the whole maybe it was supposed to be an annual thing came from. They were originally conceived as two issues of the regular strip, but that's where that confusion comes in.
Okay. I mean, was that a fun story? I mean, especially that second part. It's just like basically Spider-Man and Firelord tearing up the city.
Oh, it was great fun. It was both parts were great fun. DeFalco very deliberately wanted to do at that point in our run. He thought it was time to do a story about putting Spider-Man up against an unbeatable foe. And at the time, we knew we were kind of doing the same kind of story that Roger Stern and John Romita Jr. did with the Juggernaut. And at Tom's, when Tom went looking for somebody that was overpowered and who wasn't getting overused at the time, he came up with Firelord. And I was all for it because, of course, Firelord had been introduced in John Buscema's Thor, and I was a big fan of that design. So we had a lot of fun with it. It's probably one of the issues I get asked about a lot because the perception of it is weird over time. I don't know how much you want to go into this, but okay. I've just found in different conversations with people and on different threads on Facebook and everything that one, there's a lot of people who have never read the actual story and think that he's in the symbiote. And the only reason he had a chance against Firelord was because he was wearing the symbiote at the time, which, of course, is not the case. And two, that it's just completely and totally ridiculous that Spider-Man could take Firelord at all. But the perception seems to be that he took him in one punch. That he just punched him a lot and he fell over, which, if you read the story, it's frustrating for Tom and I, because if you read the story, a gas station blows up right under Firelord's face. Oh, yeah. A building collapses on him. There's two issues of Spider-Man throwing everything he can think of at Firelord. And then he hammers him with, almost super speed blows. But it really, it's become bizarrely oversimplified over time. And I've more than a few times somebody will point out, well, it's ridiculous. Spider-Man had a chance against him anyway, let alone beat him. And then somebody will say, yeah, but he beat him because he was wearing the symbiote. And I'll have to log on and go, no, he wasn't wearing the symbiote. And no, he didn't beat him with just a bunch of punches, that kind of thing. And it's kind of interesting how that's kind of been viewed through the lens of time. And if you want to get into the weeds about, how strong is Spider-Man, and look it up in the Marvel Universe handbooks, and how strong is Firelord, and how Spider-Man would never have a chance against the Silver Surfer, so how could he have a chance against Firelord? that's not really something I enjoy doing. That kind of gets into the whole comics as gaming. You know, that everybody's power sets are, you know, not situational. You know, because everything is situational in a comic book. And I'm very comfortable with that as a storyteller. That at any given moment, Firelord could have flash fried him, but you know, I'm also a big proponent of Spider-Man's very hard to hit if he doesn't want to get hit. You know, kind of stuff.
But I mean, that doesn't even make sense because I mean, even if he was wearing the symbiote, I mean, one of its big weaknesses is fire. I know.
Exactly. But that seems to be, because he's in the black suit, that seems to be what a lot of people are. They're willing to accept it if indeed he was using the symbiote. But that's a really good point. Yeah, one of the symbiote's main weaknesses is fire. So, you know, good point.
But I mean, people, if you haven't read that original story, I know they reprinted it in Marvel Tales, like I think in the early '90s.
It's been reprinted a few times. It was actually, you know, those I don't know if you've ever seen them, but the British do these reprints. They call them albums, where they have hard covers. There are only 2 issues, and they're thin, but they have hard covers like storybooks. And I was actually sent one of that when DeFalco spent some time over in England. And one of the things he sent me was an album with a painted cover, an airbrush painted cover and everything of those 2 issues of Spider-Man, just collected in that. But they were also collected most recently in the Epic collection. What was it called? Ghosts of the Past or something, one of the early Epic collections, which collected some of our Spider-Man stuff, and that was included in it. So it was a fun 2 issues. I mean, and it is one of those things where, you know, when Spider-Man is put into a weight class, when he has to punch up, it's all about Peter Parker's heart and his never say die attitude and his refusal to quit, and whether or not that's going to serve him well or not, you know. So I've always enjoyed the story. I've always been proud of the story. So why Rubenstein didn't ink part 2, to this day, I cannot tell you why. I don't know. Because Joe Rubenstein was one of the most scheduled guys I ever met. I don't think he ever missed a deadline in his life. So he must have had another project going on, or I can't imagine I was running all that late that he wouldn't have been able to join us for it, because Bob McLeod, the guy who did ink it, it's not like he's one of these guys that works super fast or anything, you know. I mean, so I would think he had the usual amount of time, because he did a very wonderful job on part 2. But so I don't know. I honestly don't know why both chapters weren't inked by Rubenstein, but they weren't.
But no, you were talking about those reprints. Do you guys get like paid again, like each time they reprint like any of your stories?
Well, I don't know exactly how it all breaks down, but yes, we do get incentive checks when they're reprinted, and so I will get, or have gotten, an incentive check based on my share of the Epic collection and the percentage of what I get for penciling, and it's all very esoteric and borderline science fiction.